Hey guys, Church with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. I'm going to be doing the daily Ascension messages for all zodiac signs for January 21st, 2019. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into that. Sorry, I'm not in full makeup and regular clothes. I'm still in my pajamas. I'm not a morning person, but I was told to go ahead and get this out so that it's not taking any more time in the day. And I get it out today like I did not do it yesterday. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Universal energies, what messages do you have for all those people already on their ascension process, aware that they're on their awakening journey for the day of January 21st, 2019. I will get it together. What messages do you have for all zodiac signs, for all those people that are already aware that they're on their ascension process for January 21st, 2019? What messages do you have for all zodiac signs for January 21st, 2019? For all those who are aware that they're on their ascension process and their awakening journey, what messages do you have? Okay, so before I even got ready to set up for doing this video today, I went out and sun gazed for a few seconds, and it reminded me that all night last night and still right now, off and on, I am having the ear chakras came up, so I'll tell you what that's about in just a second. So I've been having heat rising from mid-spine going all the way up and then all the way back down, and it's an extreme amount of heat and it's uncomfortable. But what I was told when I started to complain in my head about it was that this is something that I need to embrace, that all of us need to embrace. We need to embrace the Ascension symptoms, because with those symptoms come big, huge transformations. Higher states of awareness come with that, downloads of information from the universe, from all kinds of different, for all kinds of different things. The all-knowing part of God that's in us, we can't continuously receive those downloads. So just be grateful for those things, because even though it's such a hard journey and it seems like it just never ends, the more that we embrace this process, the more that the process means to us, the more that we are excited about it and just ready to see what the day has room for us. So the first card that we got was ear chakras, and I'm glad we can see these better. So right now you'll be hearing, probably be getting all kinds of messages from source, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it, coming in through not just your physical ears, but with your, I call them my mind's ears. So it's kind of like the third eye thing, those telepathic communications that come in from other beings as well as humans. I know I have been for a while picking up on telepathy. I do a lot of mind reading, and sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not on purpose. So I'm trying to learn how to control that. And by doing that, the only way that I've learned that I can control that is by just not paying attention to it and just going with whatever the universe has got for me today, not resisting those things that are coming in. So I'll just read what it says. It says, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So that's ear chakras. When I work on people's ear chakras, they might have lots of different tones that are coming in, or even when you're getting downloads or upgrades, whatever you want to call it, to your DNA, you can get high buzzing noises, high pitched ringing. I hear bells, I hear wind, I hear angels singing. They like to speak in hymn or song, so I hear that a lot. Buzzing noise, Morse code type things, electronic sounds, static. So there's all kinds of ways that you can be getting messages right now from source, the divine, God, whatever you want to call it. Universal energies, what other messages do you have for January 21st, 2019 for all zodiac signs that are aware that they're on their ascension journey, awakening process? What other messages do you have for January 21st, 2019. All zodiac signs that are aware that they're on their ascension journey and in their awakening process. Do I take these two? Yes. Okay, so the two that came out was solar plexus and third eye chakra. So let's talk about the solar plexus first. It says you are safe. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So when I think about the solar plexus, what I think about is how it's just so important for us to, in everything that we do, think positively, talk positively, act as if we already have things. This is telling us not to try to concentrate on and focus on material gain, but the happiness that comes when we have those material gains or the abundance that we're looking for or what have you. So I am affirmations are real good. I say I am affirmations every day. I have an I am poster up here that I made myself. It has I am in big bold letters, and all around it has different words that I want to become or I desire to be. So like I am trustworthy, I am adventurous, I am secure, I am forgiveness, I am balanced, I am wisdom, I am unconditional love, I am a healer, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am kind. So just whatever, guys. Those, it's so important to do those and to feel as if you already are those things. And I know in the beginning of the process it can be really hard because most of us have a lot of fears that are coming up that we have to face, a lot of trauma that we have to heal. And this is something that we have to do with ourselves. This is, that shadow side of us, that ego that needs to be healed. So just try to always think positive, think of positive things in all things that we do. And if you can't think of positive words, think of positive visions that you have, positive memories that you have. Even if it's not something that you're trying to manifest, still bring in those positive memories that you have so that you can think of something happy and have that feeling of joy, because it's the feelings of joy, happiness, those feelings as if we already have those things is what actually manifests those things into our life. So third eye chakra was the third card that we got. I love this card. Can you see that? Okay, there we go. So this is telling you to be aware of the things that you'll see, not just with your physical 3D eyes and sight, but with your mind's eye, your third eye, which is the center right in between your brows. Just because I talk about it being the center between your brows, our chakras expand way beyond our physical bodies, and some even go into the universe and anchor, I guess would be the right word, so that we can continuously get that transmission of communication and energy from source and other beings. It says it is safe for you to see energy and love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. I don't know why this is coming up, but I guess I'm supposed to share about this. When I first started talking and communicating with angels, it was by seeing repetitious numbers. The first number I would see would be 1111, like 111, 222, 333, and so on and so on and so on. The more I paid attention to those numbers and then started looking them up when I would see those repetitious numbers, I'd see them for a couple of days and I'd be like, man, there's something to this. And I just kept having this tug in my heart to just pay attention to what was going on. And during the same time that this was going on, I was going through all kinds of transformational healing with my mother, with family members, because I'm a recovering addict, and I had a I don't want to say a horrible relationship with my mother, but me and my mother were not always on speaking terms. I didn't always have love for her, or the love that I had for her felt more like hate. So and she was going through dying from stomach cancer. So at that time, I was not only trying to help her and this illness that she had, I was also learning about who I was and, learning things about my mother that I never ever thought I would learn. And I learned to love my mom in a different way than I had before. And all hate went away from her, and we were able to make amends and things like that. But the point I'm getting to is pay attention to the numbers. What are you thinking about when you see these repetitious numbers? They mean something. That's the way that the universe and the angels are trying to talk to you. So I looked up, for example, seeing 1111 a lot, I Googled, why am I seeing the number 1111? And when I was saying that, I looked at the time clock and it said 10:01. So that's another confirmation of positive. We need to think positive. There's a lot of new beginnings and changes coming, so that's what that means. So that's just another confirmation of what I'm telling you guys. But anyhow, look it up, and Sacred Scribes is a really good place to go to look for numbers. But when you go and you look up this number, think about, what was I thinking about, or asking myself, or asking the universe, or even going through at that moment that this number came up. And then realize that when you look up the number and the message that it has for you is the answer to whatever it was you were praying for, desiring, thinking about, working on healing, whatever it may be. And then the more that I trusted in that process and trusted in the messages that I was getting that way, then the animal messages started coming in. I started seeing animals repetitiously. Hawks was a big thing. Ravens were a big thing for me. A raven was the very first spirit animal that came to me, and this was not in the physical, this was in the spiritual, and it was a very frightening experience for me because I thought that something evil was in my room flying around, and I just didn't understand what was going on. But paying attention to these messages and understanding that source, God, universe, whatever, will give us messages in so many different ways, and those are some of the ways that they'll start out. Probably going to see like little shimmers of lights off to the side of you in your peripheral. You'll probably see different shadow beings or light beings even. It doesn't matter. There's going to be all kinds of different beings that are eventually going to come to you. They will come to you and they will freak you out. They will scare you at first. If this is something that you're not used to and you're just now aware that you're on your ascension journey, it is okay. These fears have to come up so that we can heal them. So the way that we heal them is by, okay, so we see something coming. I recognize it first of all, so I'm aware. And then I say, to this being, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're trying to communicate with me, but if you are, give me that confirmation in my heart. Maybe it'll be a pitter-patter that comes, or you might just feel like a flutter, or you might even feel an opening in your heart. It could be all kinds of different things. Everybody's different. It depends on where you're at in your ascension process and, how aware you are and where your perception's at. But just know that God didn't bring us to this point in our life to freak us out and scare us for no reason. This is all part of the process. It's all going to become a normal part of your life soon. It doesn't take very long after these things start happening to you, and when you start trusting the process, for these things to manifest even on a bigger, larger scale. So if you guys need any help with that, feel free to email me at any time on my Gmail. It's thepatrizzle. Yes, that's funny. I know I've had it since I was a teenager when Yahoo and all that first came out. So it's the Patrizzle, PATRIZZAL @gmail.com. Any questions, if you need any services, or if you want any private readings, that's the place that you would go, because I don't have my website completely up and done yet. I have somebody working on that now. But anyway, so that's what that's all about. And you're going to get visions. You might see a bunch of different colors and orbs. The visions that come in can come in during meditation. They can come in during the day, as in daydreams. I daydream all day long. I have visions of things that are getting ready to happen. Visions of things that I need to do or work on. I have visions of people's faces that I need to pray for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. So I do those things. Visions of people that I need to send healing light from my heart out to. So just be aware of those types of things. Somebody I'm hearing is hearing a lot of music being played, and you'll ask, do you hear that? Whoever's in the room, you're like, do you hear that music? And they'll say, no. Just know you're not crazy. That's another thing that'll happen. I hear music all the time. I hear instrumentals. I hear actual music that I would hear on the radio, songs that I like. I hear angels singing. I hear bells and tones and symphony sounds, orchestra sounds. So just know you're not crazy. They do sound very, very real, because your awareness has opened up, your perception is opened up to that level of understanding for that. So let's just go ahead and continue. Do I need to continue with the angel therapy cards? I heard yes. So, am I supposed to take this one? Yes or no? I heard no, so I'm not going to take this one. I'll just put it back in there. So, anyway, universal energies, what messages do you have for January 21st for all zodiac signs that are aware that they're on their ascension process or awakening journey? What messages do you have for January 21st, 2019 for all zodiac signs, for all those who are aware that they're on their ascension and awakening process and journey? What messages do you have? Come on. All right, thank you. Let's see what this one is. Oh, goodness gracious, glory to God. Oh, okay, twin flame. This doesn't surprise me at all. A twin flame is a... Let me read the card first, and then I'll tell you what a twin flame is. Okay, it says, the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So the reason why I read that was because I was told to read it because somebody had that question. So whoever is questioning whether or not this relationship is a twin flame, it is. And this is not for everybody. This is for a select few that have been asking themselves quite often. They've been going to groups that might be about light workers and twin flames and seeking answers, things like that. But a twin flame, the way that it was explained to me, and I could be wrong, okay, I'm not going to say I could be wrong. It was what I had been given, the information that I've been given from the angels, higher self, and source, are always subject to change. Anything is possible. I've learned that the more that I continue to evolve and trust in this process, the more that my beliefs or the things that I understand will change. So just because I'm saying this now doesn't mean that my perception of what a twin flame relationship won't change. It's changed about 5 or 6 times in the past 4 years. A twin flame, the way I was explained by my guides and higher self during meditation several times, was that when I'm just going to use myself, for example, when my soul was created, before I was put into any other being's body, human being, whatever it be, whatever planet I was sent to help them ascend, my soul was split into 2, and one half of that, it would be the divine feminine half of it, and then the other half would be a divine masculine part of it. And we are the same soul split into those 2 energies that will be incarnated together or not incarnated together. One might stay on the other side of the veil while one is incarnated and guide from the other side and teach us about love. It teaches us our patterns from all kinds of different things with relationships. Like if I had a pattern of dating abusive people, or some of us have just really bad pickers. Those are the things that our twin flame help us to see. Like they help us to bring us back to loving ourselves on such a deep level. There's so much healing that's involved with it. There's a twin chasing and the twin running, and it's usually the female that's chasing. It can happen the other way, but it's usually the feminine energy that's chasing the masculine energy. And it's about learning to embrace both the feminine and masculine attributes of our divine energy. Excuse me. That when I burp during readings, or even if I'm like working on somebody and I've told them something, that's just another confirmation for myself. If I have like some kind of doubt in my head, did I say that correctly? I'll burp and that'll be a yes. So that's a confirmation that I'm on track with that. Do I need to read any more of the angel therapy cards? I heard yes and I heard no. Am I supposed to read any more angel therapy cards? No. Okay, thank you. What about angel messages for today? Yes, okay. Angels, what messages do you have for January 21st, 2019 for all zodiac signs that are aware that they're on their ascension journey and awakening process? Angels, what messages do you have for January 21st, 2019 for all zodiac signs that are aware, thank you, that are aware that they're on their ascension and awakening process and journey? What messages do you have? Oh, okay. Let's just go ahead and stop with this one here. Okay, so the first card that came out was patience. It says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. That's pretty much self-explanatory, guys. You know that we need to study. We need to gather information, as it says. I'm a Scorpio, and I've always been the type of person that really likes to learn things. I'm not a big reader of books, but I'm a reader of articles and things like on a tablet or, my phone or what have you. I don't know. I'm just not a reader of books, but I read a lot of spiritual content, things on Ascension. I still read the Bible. But when I read those things, I ask for discernment of spirit. Show me what is correct and truth in here, and show me what is not. And if you don't show me what is not, then show me what I need to see. Highlight those things that I need to be aware of, or let me know within my heart that this is exactly what, I need to be studying at this time. So when I would get on YouTube or Facebook or whatever and was looking up different articles or whatever, I would pray beforehand and ask the ascended masters and the angels and higher self to guide, lead, and instruct me, and to put me in front of the right videos. Let my eyes see the right videos, the right content, the right articles, whatever it may be. And I would be scrolling through, and I would have something attract my mind, whether it be because of something that was in the wording or the pictures, and I would just know and hear, like, this is something you need to pay attention to. Now, in the beginning, when I would do this, because I wasn't fully trusting in the information that I was getting, even though I've always been very intuitive, it's a different level of intuition. So I didn't trust it in the very beginning of my ascension. When I first was aware that I was on an ascension journey, I've been on it for years, but just became aware about 4 years ago. But however, my point is, like, just know that our guides are there to give us, that guidance of what we need to see. So those videos that I would start watching, or the literature that I'd start reading that I thought I was led to, I actually was led to, but I was led to see if I was really listening to my higher self and guides. So I would be watching it, and all of a sudden I just feel this feeling like, this doesn't seem right. Why would you guys guide me to this? And they're like, well, why didn't you just listen to yourself in the first place? You knew. So I had to pay attention, like, well, I felt like I was supposed to be at that video or reading that article, and I felt like I was hearing what you guys were telling me to do, or what have you. Where did I go wrong? And then the lesson comes in, like, was you really paying attention? Did you feel the energies that I gave you? Because we have energies that'll come in that will be different for when we're supposed to do something and when we're not supposed to do something. And sometimes they can be so subtle that it really takes a little bit of extra effort on our part to get that trusting in the process there. So just be aware of that. There'll be all kinds of lessons that you're going to learn. It doesn't mean that you're not intuitive or you're not on the right track. It means you're exactly where you're supposed to be at that moment, at that time, because that's the way that we learn. When the angels in the universe, higher selves, gives me messages that I just know that they're right on it. That's that all-knowing part of God that everybody has in them. The more that we awaken, the more that we know, the more all-powerful being we come. So, and I just completely had a brain fart. I keep hearing Crystal speak to me. So, the next card was Crystal. It says, have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you cannot see yet. I'm hearing for a lot of you, this is a career change to more of a spiritually based practice. Congratulations. Keep working on that. Keep gathering information. Like we were just told, have patience, that the information that you need is going to come in. The assistance that you need is already there. Just ask the angels and guides and your higher self, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, God, for the guidance. And every day when I wake up in the morning, before I put my feet on the ground, most of the time, I am saying, ancestors, angels, ascended masters, source, higher self, I just want to thank you now for all of your unconditional love and compassion, your wisdom and knowledge today and all days. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I just begin my day. That's my simple prayer in the morning. Guide, lead, and instruct me for today. Let me know your will for my life today. God inside, what do you want me to know for today, just for this day? Okay, so that's what I do. And it also might be telling you that you need to start working with crystals if you're not already. Most people that are on their ascension journey that's been on it for a long time work with crystals, work with herbs, work with oils, all kinds of things like that. So this might be something that you might want to start doing. I carry a stone bag every day. I don't know if you can see all my stones here. I have a shit ton of stones. These are just like a very, very, very small portion. And it's only because I'm living with somebody and I don't really have the room to put them all out. But I have a crap ton of them. And what I do is when I get up in the morning, I will pray and ask my higher self, the guides and angels, to show me which stones I'm supposed to carry for today and why. Sometimes I get why, sometimes I don't. But if I don't, I don't worry about it. I just carry them anyway. But when I put them in my bag, I put them in my bag with the intention that whatever healing attributes that they have, I will be able to, what's the right word? Take in that day and allow that to happen. And I just claim it as done. And you know what? I've had so many miracles and transformations that's happened just by carrying, in the beginning, just one certain stone that I knew that I needed to carry because I was guided to. And I carry it. Sometimes it might have been for a month. Sometimes it might have just been for a couple days or so. But I noticed very quickly that I was manifesting things into my life at an even more rapid rate than I could ever dream or imagine possible. And it just really transformed my life. So is there any more angel messages for today? Yes or no? I heard yes and I heard no. Is there any more angel messages? Bottom card. Okay, it said the bottom card is Bethany. It says, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. I was told to tell somebody that when they shower in the morning, or at night, whenever they shower, the best thing that they can do. Actually, I was told not to tell them at night for this, what I'm getting ready to tell you, because it could energize you so much you won't sleep. But if you're like me, most people on their ascension process don't sleep very well anyway, or either they sleep a whole lot. Depends on what transformation you're going through. But anyway, what I was going to say is when you shower, imagine the water as it hits your crown chakra, rinsing any going down into your body and on the outside of your body, and rinsing any and all lower vibrating energies or fear-based energies out of your body and directly into going into the drain and back into the earth. And then ask the earth or Gaia to transform that energy back into love and light. So and then I'll feel, after I do that, I feel that water, after I rinse all that out, I use it as a way of charging myself. So I think of it as an energetic, holy, divine water coming out of that faucet. And when it touches me and absorbs into my body, it gives me that charge of energy that I need for the day. The same thing works with sun gazing, moon gazing. I do all of that stuff. So I sun gaze every day. I moon gaze, or what I call drawing down the moon, and ground at night if I'm able to see the moon. If I'm not, I just sit in my room in here and I pretend like I can see the moon, or I vision it in my head and I pull energy down from that, and then I ground all the energy as I'm pulling it in through my crown chakra, down and through each of my chakras, and then put it back down into the earth and root, so that I'm just connected with source during the day and at night, and I'm always covered. Okay, so am I supposed to read any more of these cards? No. Animal spirit cards? Thank you. Let's see what animal spirit guides want to come out today for January 21st, 2019, for all zodiac signs that are aware that they're on their ascension process and their awakening process and an ascension journey. What messages, animal spirit guides, do you have for January 20? Am I supposed to read both of these? No. Am I supposed to read both these cards? I didn't hear. I'm not getting a yes or no. I'm getting yes and no, and it's not. Okay. Anyway, let's just continue on. Animal spirit guides, what messages do you have for January 21st, 2019 for all zodiac signs? Thank you. You got humpback whale, that are aware that they're on their ascension process or an awakening journey. So the humpback and mountain goat. So the humpback whale is about music, telling us that music is essential to our well-being right now. This will help us to lift our vibrations, our energy vibrations. It says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So for some of you guys, you're going to start to learn that you're very instrumental, or Musical in nature, you might start singing and you never was a singer, but your voice just automatically sounds like it's glorious. That happened to me. And then it went back to sounding like really horrible when I sang. You'll go back and forth with that. I have this thing that happens with me all throughout the day. I'll just be sitting doing nothing and my fingers will start playing the piano or they'll start dancing. So I call it finger dancing. I've been trying several times to meditate and see why I do that, and I just came to the conclusion that I've played the piano in many lifetimes and it gave me a lot of comfort. So I pay attention to, like, I hear music playing. I'll hear even music off of the radio that is popular or that I like, and my fingers will even do it then. And sometimes they'll do, like, like I'm orchestrating a symphony or something like that. So it's pretty cool. So just be aware if you feel like you're supposed to start taking up a hobby with a different instrument or an instrument period, or writing music, singing music, dancing, all that kind of stuff. That's what the humpback whale is trying to tell us. So it's very essential to our process. Very, very essential to our process. I just can't elaborate on that enough. Okay, so the next card that we got was Mountain Goat. It says there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever we need to do to correct it. We're always going to have something out of balance. We're never going to be completely in balance because we're always growing and we're always evolving. But trying to get to just a state of somewhat balance and trying to have a good hand on, like, do I have enough social life and enough work life, or, am I in solitude too much and not going out and participating in the world and letting my light shine? Because if we're always stuck in the house or in that meditative state or, focused on our work so much, we can't see the other lessons and the things that need to be healed in our life so that we can continue to move forward on our ascension journey. We never really move backwards. If we do, it's more like because we get stuck, or we think about, like, oh man, I believed it was this way at one point, and now I believe it's this way, and I'm really, really stuck. So I'm just going to go back to my old beliefs so I feel comfortable. Guys, go with what you're guided to feel. Allow yourself to heal, become aware of it, and just be okay with it. Do I have any more animal spirit guides that want to come out? I heard yes and I heard no. Any more animal spirit guides that want to come out? Okay, they said no. So today's I am affirmation is, I am grateful for my ascension symptoms and the transformation that comes with them. So everybody have a great day. Try to stay warm. If you got a lot of snow on the ground like we do right now, we've been having a lot of snow. So try to stay warm. If not, send some of that warmth our way because I'm freezing here in Ohio. Okay, that's not the right word. Be aware of your ascension symptoms. Thank your higher power or God, universe, whatever it is that you believe is giving you these things. Thank them for coming in, even though they're annoying and they can be a pain in the ass when you feel like you have flu symptoms for, off and on for a year at a time, and you don't actually have the flu, but everybody around you's like, I don't want to be around you because you're sick. You can't tell everybody, well, like, I'm just going through my ascension. You'll go through it eventually too, but it's not for us to always tell everybody. So everybody just go have a great day and enjoy this full moon energy. Go out and sun gaze or moon gaze, ground your energy, give yourself a relaxing treat today, and have a wonderful awakening journey and ascension process. I love you guys. Come back, see me. Bye.